I've been a resident of this county since the day I was born, went to school, you know. Last time we were up here, you guys made a big issue about how the majority of us that showed up wasn't from Branch County, wasn't from Coldwater. You know, made a big deal like, you know, that everyone else was speaking up for someone that they didn't have a right to, you know, the residents here, what should be speaking. As you can see from the turnout, you know, we got a lot of people standing to come up here to show you that we don't want this. There would be even more up here if it wasn't for the fact that every one of us is afraid that showing our faces or telling our name is going to get us prosecuted in some way or persecuted. You know, marijuana's been legal for 8 years. There's a lot of apprehension towards the subject. You know, government officials are elected by the people to do what we want, not for what one person feels that is necessary. I mean, did y'all come to ask us if we want this ordinance? No, one of y'all chose to suggest that this would be a good idea, whether it be you're afraid of, you know, criminal activity, resales, or anything like that. Pharmacists do it every day. You guys are persecuting it like it's some kind of harmful thing. Michigan legislation passed a law that says it's a medication. There's nothing wrong with it. It was passed by us. We wanted the law that way. That's why we voted for it. Not so you guys can twist it into something that it was never meant to be. It was given control to us to do. Not for you guys to tamper with, to step on, to regulate the way that you see fit. We passed the law, not you guys, whether you guys voted for it or not. And if you did, this is a direct backstep of what you guys voted for. We all vote. I pay my taxes in this county. It goes to everything here. You know, I have a right to speak. I have a right to do what I want with my own free will. You know, I have a right to live my life in peace, not to be worried of prosecution or anything else. I was here last meeting. I didn't want to stand up here because video cameras, pictures, everything else, paper, you know, but you guys addressed some issues last time, like crime rates and resales, and nobody from the county was talking. So yeah, against my best wishes, now everybody knows I'm stepping up here to say something, because if no voice is heard, it doesn't get, if it doesn't speak up, it doesn't get heard. As you guys can see, we're not backing down. We're going to be here to be heard every meeting, every time, everywhere you go. We just want to be left alone, and we don't want the city messing with it. I know you guys have had apprehensions for years and been beat through school with no drugs and marijuana is harmful. I mean, it's classified as the same as heroin. I mean, y'all really feel that there's a similarity there at all? I mean, heroin's physically addictive. You go through kidney shutdown, adrenal failure when you come off of it. Marijuana has no lasting effects. It has a beneficial effect that beats dang near every other drug you can take. And it has no addiction rate. It's beneficial in every way, and we just want to be left alone, and we want you guys to let us live our life the way we want to. When you guys put a cap on what we can have, what we can do, it's violating what we can do. The state was passed so we could have that right to do what we want. You know, you guys want to put a restriction on caregivers where we have to tell you who we are. You know, a caregiver can have up to 5 patients. That's 100 caregivers can supply for 500 patients. If you guys put the law and everyone's scared, instead of having 100 caregivers supplied for 500 patients, you're going to have 500 growers that's going to grow for themselves because they can't go to a caregiver because they don't want to be known. And you guys got the fear of having a medical facility next to your house. If you pass this, everyone's going to start their own facility, and 10 to 1, every other house in the county is going to have a medical marijuana facility in it. And it's going to be there regardless. So if you guys don't want it near your neighborhoods, then just leave us alone. That's all we want. Thank you.
Anyone else like to address the council?